I'm Naoko, owner of Key to Teas. Welcome to the Floral Collection tea tasting. I'm so excited to share with you what the floral tea box contains. And in case you haven't brewed your teas yet, I highly recommend you to boil the water to the boiling point, 205 degrees. And then you can reverse, you can start brewing from the Citrus Lavender Love. And then work your way then to the next one, which would be at the same temperature, would be the so as the timer goes down at the 3-minute mark, you would start brewing the Tea Kuan Yin Orchid Oolong, and then you let the, while that's brewing, then you let the water cool to 175 degrees, and then you would start with, of course, the Jasmine Silver Needle, because that's about 4 minutes for a beautiful infusion, and then lastly the Lavender Jade Bloom, 175 degrees, 2 minutes, and it's very easy to scald this one, so you want to be extra gentle, and even like a minute and a half, you're gonna get a beautiful lavender, a little sweet apple mid palate, and then a soft green tea finish. If you accidentally kind of scald that Lavender Jade Bloom green tea, then it's very delicate, so that green tea astringency might come through a little too much. So that's just a few tips for brewing this amazing collection. So here I have used our wonderful Ho Hing, which is my favorite teacup to use, especially to conduct a tea tasting. It's a perfect 6 ounces, and we do sell this. It's a Japanese porcelain, and on keytoteas.com, so check that out. And then it's just so, it fits on your hand. It's just this very delicate experience. The cup is sold separately, and here's Citrus Lavender Love, and so highly recommend this for purchase if you like. Okay. I have to sneeze, which is a very authentic way of telling you that the editing is going to be very minimal and organic to this lovely video. So let's start with, I'm going to start for the tasting. We should start from the lightest to the fruitiest in this case. And so guess which one I would start with. To the tea tasting sheet, which comes in this lovely box. Let's start with Jasmine Silver Needle. So Jasmine Silver Needle is this phenomenal tea which is a blend of lovely Guangxi origin, Chinese origin buds, scented with natural jasmine flowers. And I highly encourage you to smell the cup. Put your nose right in there, and then you can release onto the lid the beautiful buds as a visual representation of what you are tasting, which I feel like gives you a little more robust experience. You'll notice that the cup is very translucent. It has this beautiful golden yellow hue to it. And I highly encourage you to slurp. In a tea tasting, you want to really open all your olfactory senses, so slurping is a-okay. The caffeine is extremely low for this, so you could really enjoy this all evening, afternoon, and you'll taste the really natural floral jasmine note. I love this. It's just so calming and soothing, with a sweet honeysuckle tea finish, which is coming from that delicate white tea buds. I love that. All right, moving on to the next one is Lavender Jade Bloom. This is primarily on, it's botanical, but it also has a lot of green tea base. So this one randomly, a random teaspoon has these, look at that pink, it matches my sweater, rosebud, and I love it. It is a blend of lavender, rosebuds, passion flower, and marigold petals, and a green tea base. So that's why I have a couple of floating lavender bloods that came through the tea brewer. The Hohin cup actually has a sieve built right into it. You see these. So, but if the particles, the tea botanicals and teas is smaller than that, it will come through. But a-okay, it's not gonna hurt to ingest a little bit of these beautiful lavender, for example. I'm proud to present this one because it's not cloyingly lavender. I went a little under in terms of instead of, it's recommended as steep as 2 minutes, but you could play around as long as you have the temperature of the water correctly, 175 degrees. Tea is not an alchemy, so you'll find your own balance. Thirdly is the Tieguanyin Orchid Oolong. This is a phenomenal one, and I'll do it on screen when I flip the leaves. One of the most famous teas from China is the Tieguanyin, which means Iron Goddess of Mercy. And this is phenomenal tea because you'll notice that the rolled leaves will unfurl. This is just the first infusion, if you can see, into these beautiful leaves. And this is just the first infusion. This is a tea that you can probably re-steep up to 5 times. I'm not gonna slurp this time because maybe you don't want to hear me slurping. Inhale and exhale, and you'll have the entire tea experience going through your olfactory senses. And as the beautiful tea goes down, I am tasting a orchid floral top note and a really creamy mid palate with a very long lingering sweet finish. Oolong, and especially this Tieguanyin Orchid Oolong, is a favorite of all. If I've been in the tea business for so long, and so many people, if they had to choose, they would choose an oolong as their favorite tea category. And of course, the spectrum of the roast and all of that is very wide. And so I'm just, blown away always about this tea. And then lastly, this is a fun, whimsical tea, Citrus Lavender Love. Full of love. It's naturally caffeine free. And I forgot to mention the oolong is about medium caffeine, in case so I wouldn't, in case you're susceptible to caffeine, I wouldn't encourage you to drink it in the evening. You might not be able to go to sleep. So that's more like a morning, afternoon tea. Oh, I love this. Instead of a tea, this is a botanical blend. Or you may call it an herbal blend. You may call it a tisane. Look at all those fruits. I have to start singing. Not singing, but you understand what I mean. Citrus lavender sage has many ingredients in it, as you'll notice on the bag. It has apple and pineapple and orange and hibiscus and lavender and spearmint and sage. So for those reasons, this blend is also a customer favorite. It actually also is included in the customer favorite box. I brewed this hot, and I actually put a lot of tea in this one. Notice it's about 3.5 grams there. Almost close to a tablespoon. So it's rather juicy. Kid friendly. If you have children at home, this is an absolute favorite one. You could brew it hot, iced, sparkled, cold brew. It is extremely versatile in range. I mean, all of the teas are, but sometimes, I wouldn't serve oolong, an oolong tea or green tea for that matter, to children, because it does have a little bit of caffeine in it. But that is the full range. I'm going to lift up my tray so you can see the floral collection. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll enjoy this beautiful portfolio of teas. See you next time.